Good morning, everyone. My name is David Targett. I am one of the graduate assistants in the Office of Gift Planning this school year. And I have with us today Mr. Tom Joyce and Mr. Sam Hart. How are you guys today?
Doing good.
All good. Everything's good.
Awesome. So thank you guys for joining us. We're going to be doing a little special graduation conversation this week, given that we're going to be having our graduation ceremonies at St. John's this week. So to kind of get us started, Tom, do you want to give us like a quick introduction? Let us know a little bit about yourself and maybe a little bit about your time at St. John's.
Sure. I started at St. John's when they still had a Brooklyn campus. So I spent my first 2 years down at Skimmerhorn Street in Brooklyn. Then the school announced that they were moving to Staten Island. They had acquired a campus on Staten Island. You had your choice. You could go to Queens or you could go to Staten Island. I would say the majority of everybody went to the Staten Island campus. Commute-wise, it was probably easier. And I spent my second 2 years for my undergraduate in the Staten Island campus. It was, although it had been a college before, it was brand new, obviously, for us, and the school was building it up, and it was a good time to be there. And they were building up enrollment at that point too, because it was brand new.
Right.
I enjoyed that. During my freshman year, I joined Sigma Chi Upsilon, my fraternity, which still very active with, and still have the majority of friends that I had from the fraternity then are still my friends now.
Awesome.
And most of them have stayed in the New York area. Not all of them, but most of them. I think as we reach that crest in our life, though, that we're all reaching, you're going to see people going to the Carolinas and Florida or Arizona and
exactly
whatever. But at the moment, I'm on Staten Island. I'm probably going to stay on Staten Island.
Awesome. And did you say when you were there, the Staten Island campus had a bigger population than you said more people chose Staten Island over Queens campus then?
Well, I mean, of the people that were in the downtown Brooklyn campus,
okay, that makes sense.
That moved over to, I mean, you had to go somewhere or go to another school.
Right.
And I was surprised. I thought some people might go to St. Francis, downtown Brooklyn, which was only a few blocks away. But actually, I don't know anybody that did that. They all moved over, most of them, to the Staten Island campus.
Right. Awesome. And what
Queens campus was a lot bigger than Staten Island.
Yeah, right. And then there's now especially I think there are a lot more students at the Queens campus than there are at the Staten Island now.
Oh yeah, and there always has been. I mean, it's got to be at least a 20-to-1 ratio, I would think.
Something like that, yeah. And what did you study at St. John's?
I started off as an accounting major. But I had switched over to management, and I did my 4 years in management. And when I came back for graduate school at St. John's, I did that in finance.
Awesome. So thank you for that introduction. Before we get into the graduation stuff, Sam, do you want to give us a quick introduction? And because you haven't done an interview feature with us yet, so maybe it'd be nice for our Mcallens to know a little bit about one of our recent graduates here.
Sure, sounds good. So I'm a senior. I'm graduating. I'm here studying accounting. I'm going to be in the 5-year program to get my MS in tax. I don't have as much stories about St. John's, but just originally from Rhode Island, so up in New England, and then that's about it. Came to Queens, enjoy the city, and hopefully I can stay here for the foreseeable future.
Awesome.
When you're doing your graduate work or next year, will you also get the opportunity to work on campus or?
Yes, I'll be working on campus in the business school. So.
Okay, good.
And so, Sam, you're going to be a GA next year, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Awesome. Within Tobin.
Yeah.
Awesome. So with graduation week being here, I feel like we're going to have two completely different stories about how graduations are going to be experienced. Like now, I'm sure Sam, we have our virtual commencement on Tuesday, this 18th. They're gonna throw us an in-person one in July. But Tom, I was wondering, what was your graduation experience like when you graduated? Did you do it on the Staten Island campus, or did they bring everyone to the one location?
At that particular time, they were doing everything still on the Staten Island campus.
Hmm.
So it was very convenient, obviously, and you could get your friends and relatives there to see it a little bit easier than going out to the Queens campus. I know Staten Island now graduates out of the Queens campus when they do an in-person
Hmm.
one, which I'm sure a lot of the Staten Islanders are not happy about. But the overall intent, I think, is a good one, and getting everybody together in the one place.
Hmm.
But yeah, they pitched a big tent out in the parking lot on Staten Island, and luckily for the graduations that I was involved with up there, we always had good weather. So
Awesome. And were your friends and family able to join you at your graduation?
yes,
Awesome.
my parents were. I was dating and or becoming engaged to a Staten Island St. John's person at that time, who became my wife.
Hmm.
So it was she was part
Awesome.
of the one of the groups that organized things, so she got to be up front, and
Hmm.
it was
And was
pretty.
she the same year, same class as you?
No, she was a year behind me.
Okay.
So,
That would have been pretty cool if you had graduated together.
yeah, and I'm sure that does happen.
Mhm.
A number of people that I went to school with have uh, married people from the school, and they're
Mhm.
both graduates. Unfortunately, my wife passed a number of years ago,
Oh, I'm sorry.
but my son carried on the tradition. He went to St. John's and
Awesome.
graduated from the Staten Island campus also.
Awesome. And what year did your son graduate?
He would have graduated in '03, I believe it was.
Okay. Awesome.
Having a very similar background, sounds like, as Sam, with accounting, and then he came back for his fifth year. And Dean Narducci, who I believe is still at the school, maybe in the Manhattan campus and Staten Island campus,
Okay.
from business. So he worked as a graduate assistant and got his I don't know, what's it, MBA, or what is it, Sam, when you graduate after that fifth year?
It can either be an MBA or your MS, so like Masters of Science.
Yeah, well, he would be the same as you, so he'd be the MBA.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
he
Um,
enjoyed it. He did well with that. So
awesome. Well, thank you for sharing your graduation experience. This year, I feel like, or maybe the past 2 years graduation have been, I guess, unlike any other. And since we, I guess, really haven't had a proper graduation yet, Sam, I guess maybe I wanted to ask you to, if you could like reflect back upon your 4 years at St. John's. And um, I guess that's kind of what I view the virtual commencement. It's kind of given me a chance, at least last year I did this, to like reflect upon like my whole St. John's experience and just um, think about how great it was. So Sam, if you had to maybe reflect upon your 4 years at St. John's, kind of what does it mean to you?
Yeah, I think my time at St. John's has been, definitely beneficial.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It is college, so it is always a fun time. But coming from, I come from a very more rural area. Everyone's kind of the same. And then coming to St. John's now, I've met people from every corner of the earth. My closest friends are all from everywhere. And I think the most unique part is just, besides being 45 minutes from Manhattan, is just all the different people here. It's not a boring day on campus.
Mhm.
You'll hear, different every day. You hear a different language on campus that, I don't know. I wish I speak, because I only speak English, so I feel like I'm left out. But yeah, it's definitely a good time. I really enjoy it, and I think reflecting back, is kind of, as you were saying, um, is starting to kick in. Seeing some people that you've known over the years and realizing like, oh, I may never see him again. We don't have a graduation. Like,
Yeah.
was crazy, but it's definitely been a good experience, and I'm grateful for being able to come here.
So I'm looking forward to our little virtual commencement on Tuesday, and then we'll do the real thing sometime in July and get out on the great lawn. Um,
Do you
so
graduate this year too, David?
so I finished my fifth year. So I'm getting my master's now. Well, I just finished it actually. I submitted my last final yesterday.
Yeah.
All done. But yeah, so I graduated last year in 2020 with for my undergrad, and then this year for my master's.
Very good.
Um, so, and thank you for reflecting, Sam.
Yeah, of course.
So Tom, you are a Mcallen Society member.
Correct.
When did you do you remember when you became a part of the Mcallen Society?
Um, exactly. No, I don't. I mean,
Hmm.
I would guess it was 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly. I think it was after I had, it was towards the waning years and when I was still working and before I retired.
Hmm. Can you maybe go through a little bit about what it was that I guess sparked you to maybe explore the McCallen Society and eventually make the leap to become a part of it?
Hmm. I'd always been active in various roles at St. John's, even after I graduated. I'm currently the golf chairman for the Staten Island golf outing every year.
Hmm.
So I've always had my hands in different things, and then also being a season ticket holder for basketball, you get exposed to a lot of different people and different things at the different receptions. And I'd run into a few people that were also McCallen members, and they told me how fulfilling they felt it was for them. And Susan Damiami, who I'm sure you know, David,
Yeah.
um, she spoke to me on a number of occasions at different affairs and whatever too, and I saw the benefit for the school, and it's a good philanthropic thing to do. So I finally took the leap and became a McCallen member.
Awesome. Awesome. So going off that, I wanted to now ask Sam. I know we haven't even reached graduation yet. Um, but I mean, reflecting back on St. John's and just thinking about your time there, do you eventually can you see yourself sometime down the road, I guess, kind of leaving a legacy, kind of how the McCallen Society is set up? The McCallen Society allows alumnus of St. John's to have the opportunity to help create a legacy at St. John's. So do you see yourself maybe joining a society like the Mcallen Society, Sam, or trying to give back to the university in any way when the time is right for you?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think one main reason that would kind of push me to do that was I was actually, for my 4 years, I was given an endowment from someone else giving back to the school, which has alleviated a lot of, financial stress and burden that I would have had. So, and being able to meet them and speak to them, they were just so happy to give back and, help multiple students kind of grow and live more stress-free, I guess you could say. So, I'm enjoying my time here. It'd be great if I could, eventually help someone else kind of push through, and or whether it's the campus or the financial assistance, either or.
Right, right. And I hope to do the same as well. When the time is right, obviously. Um, I mean, over the past year, I'm getting to interact with the Mcallen Society, Sam. I've been able to interview a lot of them and develop relationships with many of them. And it really is like a special group. And to me, the Mcallen Society are kind of like the essence of what it means to be a Johnny. So that's something that is on my goals, and I want to definitely help create a legacy here for um, a student like Sam or a student like me who needs a scholarship to help just ease the burden of whatever it is that you may be facing, so that you can focus on school and then creating memories and friends that are going to last a lifetime. So on that note, where was I? I had one more thing. Oh, to end it, Tom, I wanted to know if you had maybe one piece of advice for, it doesn't necessarily have to be Sam, but it could be a recent graduate or someone who's about to graduation. If you had to maybe leave them with a piece of advice to maybe something that someone has given you or something that you've picked up over the years that can just maybe prepare them or just anything to help them out with the next steps in life.
I think one of the important things is, and I think it might have been one of my professors back at St. John's used to talk about this, was that you always have to keep on learning.
Mhm.
You can't remain static. You have to get involved at work. It might be, you're given a project to find out the best way to put some reports into in order to send out to the federal government.
Mhm.
But you got to take it that next step and see, what else can be done to help that process, or are there other things that could be included in that process, or you just have to keep going, to stretch your abilities, to find out more, to make you stand out a little bit more, and to keep the old head in the game, and make sure you're always looking for that next opportunity, and keep growing.
Awesome. And we have a great alumni network here at St. John's that it'll allow hopefully allow Sam and I to keep doing, as you said, keep learning, keep growing, meeting new people and having awesome experiences. So on that note, I just wanted to thank both of you again for taking the time on this Thursday morning to have a fun little graduation conversation. Sam, congratulations. Uh,
Thanks.
so just thank you again.
Congratulations to both of you on
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Thank you.
graduations.